Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, good morning and namaskar. BRAC University was initiated in 2001 by BRAC with the mission to foster the national development process through the creation of a center of excellence in higher education that is responsive to society's needs, is able to develop creative leaders and actively contribute to learning and the creation of knowledge. Our ceremony today celebrates the completion of Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communication Engineering, Bachelor of Social Science and Economics, Bachelor of Arts in English, Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of Science in Physics, Master of Arts in English, Master of Science in Applied Economics, Master of Science in Biotechnology, Masters of Business Administration, Master of Development Studies, Master of Public Health, Master of Arts in Governance and Development, Master in Disaster Management, and Postgraduate Diploma in Disaster Management. The Honorable Chancellor of BRAC University, Zillur Rahman, will confer 561 undergraduate and postgraduate degrees. We shall commence our ceremony once the procession takes their seats. I'm requesting you to kindly switch off your mobile phones and to please stand up as the procession enters the auditorium and to remain standing.
Continue চলবে লিগানো
সাবধান তো না
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ গিটার খুলে ফেল দাও গিটার খুলে
On behalf of the governing body, faculty and staff, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 5th Convocation of BRAC University. May I now request Sidqatullah to recite from the Holy Quran.
لقد جاءكم رسول من أنفسكم عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم فإن تولوا فقل حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم. صدق الله العظيم.
May I now request Zillur Choudhury to recite from the Holy Kitab.
সহস্র শিষ্যা পুরুষ সহস্র সাক্ষ্য সহস্র সভূমি বিশ্বত বৃত্তবদ্ধ দৃষ্টান্ত সাঙ্গলম পাদহস্য বিশ্বভূতান ত্রিপাদহস্যামৃতাং হে ভারত আদিত্যান বসুন রুদ্রান আশ্বিন তথা মূর্ধঃ পশ্য বহূনি অদৃষ্ট পূর্বাণি আশ্চর্যানি পশ্য.
May I now request Sujana Chakma to recite from the Holy Tripitaka.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Kiccam manusya patidabho kiccam maccam jivito kiccam sadhamma savano kiccam buddhano tadya sabba papo sasa marano kusha sasa upasampada suchitta kuriyadamano eto buddhaya sasana sabbe satta sutta bhavantu sadhu sadhu sadhu.
May I now request Dr. Peter Halder to recite from the Holy Bible.
The Lord is near. Don't worry about anything, but in everything, through prayer and petition with thanksgiving, let your needs be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses every thought, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. Finally, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any moral excellence, and if there is any praise, dwell on these things. Do what you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you. Amen.
May I now request the Honorable President of the People's Republic of Bangladesh and Chancellor of BRAC University, Zillur Rahman, to declare the convocation open. Thank you, Honorable Chancellor. I now invite Professor Jamilur Reza Choudhury, Vice Chancellor of BRAC University, to deliver his welcome address.
Honorable Chancellor, President Zillur Rahman, Honorable Minister for Education, Mr. Nurul Islam Nahid, MP, President of the Governing Board of BRAC University, Sir Fazle Hasan Abed, Convocation speakers, Professor Linclon Chen and Professor Chen, Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. Fakir, members of the Governing Board and Academic Council, my colleagues from BRAC University, the 5th batch of graduates of BRAC University, and their parents, guardians, and spouses, students of BRAC University, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to the 5th Convocation of our university. Let us take a moment to felicitate those who are formally receiving their degrees today. This day is a culmination of their hard work, perseverance, and dedication. It is a privilege for me to share this memorable event in their lives. Congratulations to all the graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 9 years of its existence, a relatively short period for a university, BRAC University has become an established feature in the higher education landscape of this country. We are now a community of well over 3,000 students, faculty and staff, dedicated to excellence and steadfast in our commitment to shaping the future. We are justifiably proud of the quality and diversity of the BRAC University family. There is an excitement which pervades our campus, born of a spirit of youthful and creative energy. It gives us the impetus and self-belief to carry forward and achieve our ambition of becoming a distinguished center of learning where knowledge is both disseminated and created. We have already achieved international reputation, and I am happy to report that 15 students hailing from Asia, North America, Australia, Europe, and Africa will be receiving their degrees at this convocation. We continue to expand the range of our academic programs to offer degrees in tune with contemporary requirements. In the past year, we began to offer a new undergraduate Bachelor of Science and postgraduate Master of Science and Master of Engineering degrees in electrical and electronic engineering. There are plans to offer new undergraduate and postgraduate programs in the biological and physical sciences as well. Nearly all of our students find employment in well-regarded local and multinational bodies shortly after graduation. Many have gone overseas to pursue postgraduate studies, having obtained scholarships such as Erasmus Mundus Mobility across Asia and TSP Huygens, to name a few. Our students have excelled in local and international debate, software programming, and architecture and design competitions. As a result of the quality of our education, BRAC University graduates are being increasingly sought after in the highly competitive job market. A university stands and falls by the quality of its faculty. BRAC University recognizes this and attaches great importance to faculty recruitment and development. We have been able to attract an increasing number of PhDs to our various departments, institutes, and schools, while several young faculty members are currently pursuing doctoral degrees abroad and will enrich the faculty body upon their return. Dear graduates, you are about to join the growing ranks of BRAC University alumni who have begun to make a mark in the country, the region, and indeed the world. We have tried our level best to provide you with an education which is world-class and inculcate in you an ethos of hard work and integrity that will hopefully enable you to overcome any hurdle that may come your way. Be mindful of your privileged position, conduct yourself accordingly, and set the stage for your successors. Make us proud. Dear parents and guardians, you entrusted us with the education and intellectual development of your sons, daughters, and heirs. By doing so, it is you who have honored us. Let me assure you that we take a very solemn view of our mission and we vow to uphold your trust. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may, I would like to end on a personal note. This is my last convocation speech as Vice Chancellor of BRAC University. I was present at its inception and have seen it grow to what it is today. I like to think that I leave behind an institution that is worth preserving and worth nurturing to continue its mission. I know that my successor can count on full support of BRAC University family in his or her efforts to move this institution to greater heights. Thank you for joining us and making our 5th convocation a memorable event.
Thank you, Professor Jamilur Reza Choudhury. May I now request our convocation speaker, Professor Chen of Harvard University, to deliver her speech.
Your Excellencies, Mr. President, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor at BRAC University, graduates and your families, BRAC colleagues and friends, Shubash Akal. আমি খুব খুশি যে আপনাদের কিছু বলতে পারছি। আমি বাংলা শিখেছি 35 বছর আগে, যখন আমি ব্র্যাকের সঙ্গে কাজ করেছি। আমি গ্রাম গিয়ে মেয়েদের সঙ্গে বসে এমনি শিখেছি, কিন্তু আমি তো বাংলা বসন বলতে পারি না। So I will speak in English. It is a great pleasure and honor to be asked to speak at the 5th convocation of BRAC University. My husband, Linclon, and I, with our infant son, Gregory Chen, who's seated over there, first came to Bangladesh, then East Pakistan, 40 years ago. We arrived in July 1970. This was before Bangladesh was born, before BRAC was born, before all of you, the graduates being honored here today, were born. Before congratulating the graduates, I would like to pay tribute to the progress that Bangladesh and BRAC have made over the past 4 decades. Bangladesh, as you know, was born out of a deadly civil war that forced millions of refugees to flee East Pakistan for India. This exodus created a wave of sympathy around the world for the Bangladeshi cause. In August 1971, George Harrison and Ravi Shankar organized 2 benefit concerts for Bangladesh, which featured an all-star cast of performers who played to some 40,000 people at Madison Square Garden in New York City to raise funds for the refugees from East Pakistan. The Civil War became the Bangladesh Liberation War and led to the independence of Bangladesh in December 1971. During the Reconstruction period after the independence of Bangladesh, BRAC and other NGOs were born. A widespread famine in 1974 tested the resilience of the Bangladeshi people, the capacity of the young nation, and the effectiveness of the new NGOs. Bangladesh, its people, its government, its NGOs passed that test and have stood the test of time, defying early predictions by Henry Kissinger, among others, that Bangladesh was, and I quote, an international basket case, unquote. Over the past 4 years, Bangladesh has experienced greater economic growth and human development than was expected. Bangladesh has been able to narrow wide gender gaps in education, health, and employment. Bangladesh now ranks higher than its South Asian neighbors on key human development indicators. BRAC was founded in early 1972 to provide relief and rehabilitation to refugees returning from India to the Shala area of Sylhet district. It is now the largest non-governmental organization in the world, with operations in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Haiti, and several countries in Africa, not just across Bangladesh. Thanks to BRAC, Grameen Bank, ASHA, and other NGOs, Bangladesh is known as the birthplace of the microfinance revolution. Thanks also to BRAC and other NGOs, another revolution, a quiet revolution, has taken place in the villages of Bangladesh. When we arrived in Bangladesh in 1970, rural women did not work in the fields, in construction, or at food for work sites. They did not sell goods in the weekly hots or other markets. Their work was confined to post-harvest operations, kitchen gardening, and poultry or livestock rearing around their homesteads. Now, thanks to BRAC and other NGOs, millions of women have received loans and started their own small businesses. Also, thanks to BRAC and other NGOs, hundreds of thousands of village women have been employed in rural Bangladesh as village school teachers, as extension agents, as paramedics, paravets, and paralegals. Just as the garment industry changed the urban landscape as large numbers of women emerged from their homes to work in the garment factories, so too the NGO sector changed the rural landscape as large numbers of women began leaving their homesteads, their baris, for work. Fazle Hasan Abed and his BRAC colleagues founded the BRAC University 9 years ago to equip a next generation of leaders with the skills they need to address complex development problems and the values they need to promote social justice. Over the past several years, BRAC University has equipped 5 batches of graduates with the necessary skills and values. As the graduates pursue their careers in public service, private enterprises, or non-governmental organizations, they will need to draw and build on these skills and values. I commend BRAC University, its founders, leaders, and faculty for a job well done. And I congratulate you, the 2010 graduates of the university, on your hard work and achievements. Honorary graduates, you have inherited a Bangladesh that has become a shining example of what is possible with innovative and committed leadership. I encourage you to take pride in, but also learn from, the key role that BRAC and other NGOs have played in promoting economic and human development in Bangladesh. Congratulations again to the founders, leaders, faculty, and students of BRAC University, and especially to the graduating class of 2010. I wish you all the best for your future work and for your commitment to human development and social justice. Shard.
Thank you, Professor Mark Chen, for your inspiring speech. We will now proceed with conferment of degrees. The Honorable Chancellor will now confer the degrees. I now invite the Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Mohammad Ghulam Samdani Fakir, to present the candidates for postgraduate degrees, diploma and bachelor degrees.
I request candidates for postgraduate degrees and diploma to please rise as I mention the names of the degrees. Master of Arts in Governance and Development, Masters of Development Studies, Masters in Disaster Management, Postgraduate Diploma in Disaster Management, Master of Science in Biotechnology, Master of Science in Applied Economics, Master of Arts in English, Master of Public Health, Master of Business Administration. I request candidates for the bachelor degrees to please rise as I mention the names of the degrees. Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Arts in English, Bachelor of Science in Physics, Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communication Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of Social Science and Economics, Bachelor of Business Administration. Honorable Chancellor, I present to you candidates for the postgraduate degrees and diploma and bachelor degrees.
আমি BRAC University Chancellor হিসেবে আমার উপর অর্পিত ক্ষমতা বলে আমার প্রস্তাবিত যোগ্যতা অর্জনকারী ডিগ্রি প্রার্থীদের তাদের স্ব বিষয়ে স্নাতক ও স্নাতকোত্তর ডিগ্রি প্রদান করছি। তাদের আচরণ, কর্মকুশলতা ও চারিত্রিক গুণাবলী দ্বারা এই ডিগ্রির উপযুক্ততা প্রতিপূর্ণ করার জন্য দায়িত্ব।
Thank you, Honorable Chancellor. The Honorable Chancellor will now present the Chancellor's Gold Medal to the student who has scored the highest CGPA amongst all the graduating students in the undergraduate programs. I now invite Nubaha Mahbub of the Department of Social Sciences to receive the CGPA of 3.99 to come to the stage. Amongst all the graduating students in the postgraduate program, I now invite Matt